Welcome back to another episode of Stoneblock 2. So last time what we did was we worked on the area downstairs. I actually finished it in between episodes. As you can see, I think it looks really nice. And as you've probably already noticed, we have two visitors. Somehow they fell through the ceiling and landed in there while I was working on this. I think it's because of I have some collecting crates or something up there? So basically these things here, and somehow they fell right through before I had a ceiling downstairs. And I mean, they fit the color scheme really nicely, so I just decided to leave them. I named one of them the engineer, one of them the mechanic, so I mean, I figure they're just, you know, taking care of this area when we're not around. So what I want to do today is actually work on, well, this area. These bonsai pots have been sitting here for many episodes now, and I'm kind of tired of looking at them empty. So I figured today we can fill up as much of these as possible, and honestly we could probably do all of them, because basically all we need to do is buy a bunch of seeds here, and they all cost 1 emerald each. We probably have an unlimited supply of these. I think we should go ahead and just buy as many of these as we can. These are crops and saplings, that's what we want. Oh, there aren't that many. No, actually that's quite a bit. We don't even have enough space in our inventory. Okay. Now you might be thinking this is kind of overkill. Nobody in their right mind needs this many of anything. And you'd probably be right, to be honest. But as you know, I like to collect things, so you know, if there are a bunch of saplings, then we need a bunch of saplings. Not to mention, honestly, what I would really like to do is eat one of everything that Pam has. If you don't know, Pam's mod is a food mod, essentially. It is a huge food mod. It adds a ton of different seeds, a ton of different saplings, and just tons of food that you can make. I absolutely love this mod. So every time I get it, I'm constantly like trying to collect all the things and make all the food and try everything out. And why? Because in real life I can't cook, so you know. I wish I'd put these in order. Go ahead and place some more dirt. And some more of these. Add some more grass. Add some more of these. Alright, so all we have to do is change these out for the conduits here, so we can get the things into our system. Fun! That is definitely going to be a long process. It's going to require that I take these out first, put a chest underneath to grab what it is these things actually drop, and then make some more storage drawers for them to go into. I just think it's gonna look so cool when it's finally done, and we're gonna have like our wall of things over there. I still need to change those out though, for grass and not dirt. Okay, so I've replaced the bottom of these with some chests. They're just temporary until we figure out what the saplings actually drop. I've also set up some of these here, not connected to the system yet, so that we could figure out ahead of time where we want everything without the risk of these being automatically filled up. So I also redid these, and strangely enough, we have 2 empty spots here. I think one was a double, and the other one we moved to the back over there. So I am not entirely sure what's supposed to be in those 2 spots. Spectre sapling, greatwood, silverwood. That's 3 different things that we don't have. As well as these 2 up here. It looks like we actually need 5 spaces and we only have 2. So almonds, bananas, breadfruit and cashews, cherries, chestnuts, and cinnamon. Here we have coconut, dates, and dragon fruit. That was the first row. We have to do the other 3 as well. Yeah, that's actually quite a bit to do, so yeah, let's get started. So that was a lot. And that's not even all the saplings. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna do saplings off camera. Since it's pretty much the same exact thing. And here we are. We have all the saplings, and above that, the fruits that they drop. So the only thing we really need to do now is replace all of these trap chests with the item conduits. Okay, so we just have to connect these 4 rows with these here, which is pretty simple. I mean, I guess we could just go from underneath here Let's leave one row there. There we go. And then all we have to do is cover up all these conduits with some facades. Hopefully I got the right amount. Alright, cool. So that should now be working. And I also figured out that I counted incorrectly here. So I actually had 2 extra spaces here, 2 over here, so that seems to work with the amount that we had left. So we'll have space for 2 things here and 2 in the back. Okay, so that's done, and I know that segment was a little strange, a little, well, different than usual. And that's because I wanted to do a lot more than just that today. I also want to sort of spruce this area up. I'm honestly tired of having it just so open, you know what I mean? So I kind of want to add like a wall here. I kind of want to decorate it a bit, make it look nice, so that we can finally move this way and know exactly how much space we need, sort of thing, you know what I mean? So this area I'm thinking is kind of like our arboretum of sorts. I don't know, I kind of want it to be a foresty vibe here. And I know we have something similar to that here already with the chickens, but I kind of want to do it a little more dense, maybe using some dark oak. I really like dark oak. I think it's really, really nice. Okay, so this is like kind of the sort of, not look, but like palette I'm going for. I still haven't decided between the dark oak and the spruce. The dark oak wood is definitely a lot more muted than, say, the spruce wood. There's a lot more contrast in this one. And with this, I mean, I think both the dark oak and the spruce could look nice. I mean, these two are very similar in, I guess, I don't know, intensity, in like this sort of darkness. So might have to accent it with some of these, but this is the sort of idea I'm going with. I might not go with the wood, but maybe like this here. And for the leaves, I'm thinking the spruce and the birch. These right here don't look different at all, do they? Oak, acacia, dark oak, they don't look different at all to me. Is that normal? I feel like usually they have different colors to them, but maybe that's because of the biome I'm in. If you look in the top right corner by the map, it says I'm in a magical forest. So maybe that's affecting the colors. And for the floor, I am thinking a lot of podzol, which is going to be difficult, honestly, because podzol, my goodness, making podzol is so time consuming. Look at this. Wood chippings or sawdust, that we can easily get. Or even going this way, getting the pulverized charcoal, which might be the best way. However, the problem here is then this water bucket. Even if we have a bunch of water buckets, oh, I've used them all. But once you make one, it doesn't automatically refill this or automatically move another water bucket into the crafting section so that you can get another one out. You have to do that by hand, and that, my goodness, is so time consuming. I am thinking that there must be a different way of doing this. Not the sludge refiner. The only other thing I can really think of, yeah, besides, yeah, going in the mechanism. My goodness, mechanism just seems very useful, doesn't it? A dehydrator, oh. Oh, that could be very useful, actually. That might be good, because just some water, coarse dirt, and it turns into podzol. Coarse dirt is not difficult to make at all, it's just gravel and dirt. I will do that off camera, perhaps. I also wanted to talk about, okay, so I was thinking the podzol and the coarse dirt. Grass, I'm not so sure. Maybe like on the outskirts, maybe when it heads towards that way. Because over there we have the crops, which I might change up a bit. Right now they're all raised. I might put them down one into the floor, sort of, just so it looks a little more natural. So maybe as we're headed this way, the floor changes more to grass, and then we can mix things with dirt if we do that carefully so that it's not touching grass so it doesn't turn into grass. And maybe like some cobblestone, I don't know, slabs or something, just for, I don't know, a little variety. And then I was thinking the jungle leaves would make some good bushes. So that's the idea I have. Okay, this thing is already pumping water into two different things. Let's see here. What does this one make me get? Right, it's making ice. We've kind of run out of space here. I mean, we can move one more over. I don't think that would be too bad. And then perhaps we could just put it here. Ooh, that's interesting looking. Okay, so I'm guessing the coarse dirt goes in here, the water into this tank. Let's see what it does. Okay, that filled up with water. I'm guessing this is either the power or the lava. It said it could use lava. Okay, let's see. Let's grab some coarse dirt and see how that works. Okay, let's stick this in here. And is anything happening? No, of course not. We need some power. We have some power conduits down here, I think. Yep, okay. Have to be careful not to do it here. Maybe we could bring it around this way. Oh, no, 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 no. Wait, what's going on there? Wait, where was that coming from? From here? Oh, it was that block. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay. Did that work? It doesn't seem to be doing anything, does it? This is definitely strange. That is such a bummer. I have no idea why that's doing that. Oh! Wait. Is it because it... Huh, okay, there was water in there, but I hadn't set this up yet, so that's why? That is strange. But cool, okay, cool. So that definitely works now, that's great. Okay, I think I have everything we need, so let's see what we can come up with here. I still haven't decided between this and this. Maybe the spruce for now? Alright, definitely a lot darker. Don't like that wall, but we'll see what else we can do with it. For now, let's try adding some of these things here. I guess the look I'm kind of going for is more like a taiga. Alright, there's definitely a diagonal pattern going on. That's definitely not good. Let's see if we can break some of that up. Let's turn that off so we can see what this looks like. Maybe this back part should be all podzol. Maybe most of this for several rows. That might be a good idea. And then have it gradually become dirt. Okay. I think this is looking pretty good. I kind of like this here. I'm sort of debating whether or not this should all be podzol up here and just have like it start degrading, I guess, down this way and on this side over here. But for the most part, I like it. I also added this here. I mean, that's a door, I guess. I thought I would make like just a wall here, but I don't know, I wasn't really liking the idea of just a wall. Maybe over here I might close it off. I am not sure. Or maybe it just might stay open. So that is pretty much all up in the air at the moment. And so right now I'm just kind of thinking of what it is I want to do with this here. I mean, the way it is right now, it kind of looks like it's starting to be a bit of a cabin, and that is definitely not the look I wanted to go for. I definitely wanted something that felt more like a forest, like a taiga, since we're using podzol here. So maybe I should just add some of the larger trees. Maybe a little asymmetry. I am really not feeling the planks here. And I'm not sure how to remedy that. Except to maybe somehow make just a wall of trees. Which I mean is possible. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play with that a bit. Maybe add some leaves on top, see if I can't get it to look like you're on the edge of a forest sort of thing. Okay, so I've been playing with this for a bit and kind of really liking this. This is kind of, I don't know, I'm gonna have to do something here. Maybe I'll leave it. Maybe that'll just be like a way to jump in and out if we need to really quickly. Maybe that'll be our sort of door. But yeah, I mean, it feels like, I don't know, it could be maybe one giant tree or I don't know. And if you're wondering about these weird kind of cutouts, I'm thinking we could put like some things here, like maybe some of these item barrels I had, or I don't know. Maybe just some nice decorative items. So what I want to do is I also took out some of the stone here, and what I want to do is put in this basalt, or basalt, however you want to say it. I want to put that up there just to have a nice dark block, and then underneath that I want to play with, well, leaves and see how that looks. I'm probably going to extend some of these up to the ceiling and then put leaves around them, but I just want to see how I can get it to look, because so far I really like this. And we can worry about this wall later. Alright, this is what I have so far. I am liking it a lot. I mean, at the moment it's very dark because we don't have any lighting. I mean, look at all that spawn space. It definitely feels like a forest, like some strange taiga forest. Yeah, I'm really happy about this. I mean, I'm seriously considering getting rid of this outline here and just making it all like this and just leaving these here. I think that could be a cool idea too. I might actually do that. One thing at a time. Okay, I easily get distracted, but I think you guys already know that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this part up, maybe extend some of the basalt this way, and see if I can't get a nice sort of gradient thing going on. Well, not a gradient, but like this kind of fade out sort of thing. Okay, so I've done quite a bit more since the last clip, I guess. So I don't know how I feel about all these bushes. I think it's a bit much. So some of those might go. But for the most part, I like the way it's turned out. I obviously did not finish everything. I didn't come out here. It's definitely taken a while to do this, so I figure that's something that's gonna have to wait until another time. But I really like what we have so far. Up here, I used the illumination wand to make those little light orbs. I sort of hid a couple of them underneath some bushes. And this here are the conduit facades. I have to change those out for something else. But for now, they're gonna stay right there. I'm thinking I might get rid of, I don't know, this or a couple of these things. I'm not too happy with this wall right here, but I think in time we'll be able to suss that out a bit. I wish I had a better option for lighting, to be honest. I think not Botania. I think there is a mod that has a really great, like, sort of lighting source. Well, what is that called? It's the same one with the Viz crystals. Thaumcraft, yeah. I think Thaumcraft has like a sort of lighting one, something similar to the illumination one, but the orbs are much smaller and they seem a little dimmer, but I think they put off the same amount of light. So once we start playing with that mod, maybe we can get something a little nicer. Okay, so I actually ended this episode and then I started to work on the project again. And well, quite a bit changed. So I kind of want to show you what I did. Okay, so right off the bat you can see the difference. So I actually changed a bunch of the wood out. I figured one large block of spruce wood just kind of, I don't know, it didn't seem right. It didn't really work for me. So I actually added a bunch of different kinds of wood and figured that that would maybe look a little more natural. Add some cobblestone and the barrels. And I think it looks way better, much better in my opinion. I actually took out some of the leaves as well and added a little bit of cobblestone. I might rework that as well. But as you can see here, I started taking out some of this here. I'm probably gonna take out much of that as well and vary it up, I guess. And yeah, I just want to add some variety to it. And I think that helped a lot. Apparently it's snowing here, which honestly isn't so bad considering it's kind of a taiga. So let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like. And if you want to keep watching, if you want to keep updated on what's going on here in this little world of mine, do be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later!